on Sumail and Arteezy this game in comparison to everybody else on the side of EG.
Get it off in time, and with failure to do so, he will definitely die. Arteezy even being relocated into the fray. Monkeys is there, and Arteezy giving him a bit of chase, already committed the open wounds. Backing off. As mentioned, did go for the Desolator, and with failure to do so, he will definitely.
They net a kill and they get the vision down, but Moo is aware of it. Out on the height, around the area, but he didn't find it exactly. If Swindle's able to find it with the second sentry, and he is.
That is definitely crucial with the Slark. You're dealing with an IO, right? You mentioned also there's the Infest Bomb, there's the long range charge, so really 4 heroes can show up. You have BOTs and ALK, maybe all 5 can even come. You need to make sure you keep the vision advantage, and that's where the Slark really comes in handy.
Big question to me is this enough? And I still don't think it is. This Alchemist is still just farming out of control. He's getting close to his Manta style, and that's when it's just become like almost impossible because they don't really have anything that can just like okay, Murata and Slark can kind of force the lanes out, but then who's their hunter? They need this blink on Z-Freak in order to really be able to go for those access points of killing Sumail with like a couple different rotations because they need to bring like 3 heroes actually to kill that Alchemist and make sure that the EG's not really in the area.
EG are actually up almost over 5,000 gold, and they're down 2 towers. So, we imagine at some point the tower score is going to equalize. Suddenly, they're up closing in on like 8,000 gold, and nearly a 10k advantage with the Alk's rate of farming. By the time they get those towers, could well be the case. So
this is where
it doesn't feel like they're getting enough stuff.
Yeah, this is where they get a good amount more map control on the side of EG. Met style finish. He's just gonna be able to throw illusions, cut creep waves, force lanes out. Crit though, bottom lane, easily brought that.
Right for the relocate, not gonna work out. And now the chase on Design, they amp him up. He's got to charge away, and it will bash Z-Freak as he tries to get in range. Straight on towards mid, and I imagine will be canceled at some point. There's a leap into an arrow, but arrow. Like,
this is where
space created. Sumail farming the enemy woods, Universe farming top.
Yeah, they should give Z-Freak a place to farm. Just finish up that blink. He's so close. Yeah, definitely gives them opens up a big option for them to be able to get the kill everybody else even. Like they can just ignore the Alpha for a bit and just keep fragging and then get to the point where they can deal with him. But still, definitely very difficult to go for him.
With like enough items, it does feel like they have that opportunity. Zai is going to charge in direct out of Swindle with the Infest Bomb, unloads Arteezy. The turn comes though quickly. Zai will be brought down. Arteezy to back away. So support for a support, and unfortunately, Deerbreaker down again. Another death for him, but I guess like we talked about, he has the comeback mechanism with the Ags, and that is not available to the side.
He is trading deaths for Swindles.
Secret strategy for EG, put Swindles on tilt.
Hey, yeah, Swindle's kind of doing his job though. Like he's been pretty good at like following around the rotations, getting the stuns off with his brother Z-Freak. And now this is a good timing. Now he got the blink dagger on Slaughter, maybe a little bit later than he wanted, but he opens up the map a little bit to them with that Slaughter running around with the Shadow Blade.
So I imagine we will see the Octarine next for Sumail.
Yeah,
we need some armor items versus the Slardar going late game.
Yeah, definitely just like the kind of the standard, right? The Octarine and the Shiva's Guard, usually what we just see picked up. Moo, going for a solo pick up on Crit, but his bug, nobody's near him. He's actually completely alone. He's got the H, he's got Shadow Dance.
He realized there was other people here, and now Moo in a lot of trouble. He's going to commit the ultimate, tries to run away. Shadow Dancing out, pouncing as well. He does have the H that can reset around and go for a round 2 fight. But only if his team gets in position first. The arrow crashes in. Getting connected on Arteezy while he's raised, so doesn't get much done. Z-Freak's gonna likely die here on 3. Make it 4 hero charged by Zai, who delivers in phase. Moo there to third this one though. He continues to engage, still ult the ages. The crush comes through on the 3. Great job. Can they focus on Universe? They will do, and suddenly Cancel arrives. Make it a 2 for 2. EG on the run, Zai scrambling out. Arteezy though, getting the job done for now. They have it on with him at least. And now into the trees, they engage on 2 hero stun from Sumail, but instantly Dark Pegged off. Moo gonna try to bring him down, but just very slow, ineffective poking. The ages, I believe, expired during this time. Now he's gonna pounce out. He tries to run, unable to pursue over the tree line, but they get the charge. Zai's coming in, hot and heavy. Shadow Blades there. Oh, so close to dying. He wants to go back in. Moo's gonna come in for this. He gets the kill. Can he jump out? You betcha he can, but the concoction takes him down. Was it worth it?
They got RTZ, you know, it was a 4-for-4 trade, but like we're saying, this is the Alchemist's power. They really cash money.
A little too
it's
easy.
like a pretty casual farm right there.
Yeesh.
That's like,
I mean, that's the thing to keep in mind, right? Is like Alp didn't even really get damaged that entire fight, and they had an Aegis, although I believe it expired mid-fight. Yeah.
so definitely unfortunate them losing that. Moo would have lived at least in the end of that, and it would have been like a pretty decent trade 4-for-4. Problem is now, boy Alchemist has his Octarine, and now, you know, like you said, he wasn't even scratched at all in that last team fight. How are they going to really deal with him now? They don't have anything to deal with.
Don't have the best single target until quite late when Slark is really farmed.
Yeah, like Cancel can do a good amount of burst, obviously with the double Starfall, and once he gets the Ethereal Blade on top of that, he has like a good amount of single burst. But an Alchemist can kind of deal with that, especially at this point. 2,500 life when he has his armor toggle, Chemical Rage.
Not to mention they have an IO as well. Nice pick up the Courier by Cancel, but can he make it out? Dude a bit. Team sweeping in to engage, and now Brett tethering his way back towards safety, but Moo's still in pursuit. They're going to get the F damage. Spirit's actually hitting Moo, and that immediately prompts the flurry of things and a sentry plant. They know that someone's in the area. Barely built up. Scrap together a D ward.
So Moo's
Batten?
Did go for the bash. I think this is just a build that he does. He likes to go for the Vlad is kind of like the standard of the bash here. I think they just feel like they need a little bit more lockdown, more reliable through the rage, especially.
Curse of Avernus, you know, you get that little bit of attack speed.
Gives him I guess like a scaling potential as well in kind of a way.
And then in long fights, I suppose, gives them a way to potentially lock down a life stealer for the rage maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Not sure how much auto attacking he's going to be doing, to be honest.
Exactly. I mean, this Alchemist is a massive problem. We keep saying it, we keep talking. That's what it is when you pick an Alchemist last. It's the whole emphasis of the draft, and he just passed the 1,000 GPM. So, remember guys, if you remember your predictions for your compendiums, he has now reached the 1,000, so if you didn't put that,
yeah, he thought EG would stop picking Alchemist after the many disastrous Alchemist performances they've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
Try to fill up that IO, but great, pesky as ever. Just gonna be away. Haven't really seen much out of this Slark, to be honest, Giannis. He was given an Aegis. He is 5-2 and 3 now, but still nowhere near shutting down the Alchemist. The supports are struggling, but they can catch up at least one of them quite a bit later with the Aghanim Setter. And I mean, frankly, like they're not stopping the cores really from farming that much at all, which is the bigger concern.
Yeah, I mean, they can kill off the supports, they can kill off everybody from the side of EG, but yeah, it's the Alchemist who is the big problem. They need to pretty much kill everybody and then isolate him, and then it's still pretty tough for them to actually bring him down. It's like, everybody needs to kind of just be focusing on him, and it still might not even be enough because of how farm he really is. Like, he's gonna have the Shivas already finished up too.
The good news is he's in the out of things. There's a silver lining, that's probably it. I think we mentioned it, Cancel did get the Ags a while ago, and into the Blink Dagger, now back for the Shotgun. And late game Marana with a full 6-7 slot kit, that is a lot of potential single target, either going back into physical damage with the Slider amp to back you up, or just even doubling down and going to put that Dagon 5 kill. But either way, does have plenty of room to scale. I guess that's my question is, do you think Complexity can drag this out? Like, and if it goes super late, do they then have the advantage?
It definitely is potential. They make it to a super late point just because of the options of their heroes. They can kind of like weave in and out of the fights over and over, and that could be their potential because of how underfarmed most of the heroes on EG are. So maybe there's a potential of like a super late game for them. But right now, it's definitely way too hard for them to deal with.
EG's job, like, not to let them even get there.
Yeah. Not to speed too much and then like, be able to just get Aegis and break all the towers and claim map control, at least with this Alchemist. But yeah, definitely have like a super late game potential. Complexity can weave in and out of the fights and clean up everybody and isolate the Alchemist in a way. That's quite a ways away from now.
Well, you can replace that Iron Talon. Does have the Shivas, as you mentioned. So, really only have mood shards that he could grab, or maybe trade something out like an AC, get rid of that armlet potentially.
Yeah, more than likely get rid of that armor and grab something. I'm not. Yeah, AC could be pretty easy just to break high ground, but I think our team would be more than likely the one to get that after like.
Oh, that was a quick 2-shot. This Leshrac not feeling like a hero anymore. ZG chase in, confident to move forward. Z-Freak does have a crush ready. Could be a 3-4 hero crush. He's just gonna flop out an amp damage. Sumal immediately starts sprinting after him. They're gonna jump away and G now revving up the concoction. Not gonna find anyone to latch onto with this. It looks like just a quick self-stun.
They did see that.
Coming in. Oh, just misses the Darkseer.
They did see that Z-Freak didn't port back base there though, so that's a big tell. Like when he charged him, it didn't show him in base, it showed him at that tier 1 tower bottom. So they're like, okay, Complexity's definitely trying to still just fight in the area, so they all just kind of just chill there too. Outside of EG.
A lot of dancing. Unfortunately, this means Slark not farming, whereas Alchemist with his illusions constantly.
EC finished up now on RTZ. And Sumail's already on his way toward that first Aghanims for either Universe or Zai.
Shotgun, meanwhile, completed for the Mirana, and it gets Io. This is basically an instant kill if they can find crit. Even the Spirit Breaker, the Darkseer, will come pretty close to dying, and they want a pipe to deal with. This Universe trying to work on one. It's still going to be a while before the full pipe is completed, so a decent window here for Mirana as the big impact is Sumail. Aggressively sieging this tower, goes for a quick, short duration stun on Z-Freak. Z-Freak continues to sprint. Back away, Monkey's there to help him. Meanwhile, Zai charging in is going to isolate Cancel, tries to bring him down. The Moonlight Shadow already committed, but he leaks out into a beautiful vacuum. Universe able to interrupt that one. Can they focus him down? Defensive Ghost Hunter trying to escape, heading to the right instead. He's going to live for now. Cancel not dead yet, but the Illusion Bird might take him down. Zai there with the charge will finish him off. 3 have fallen. About to be a 4th Monkeys forever. Already committed his ult. And out, by the way, he's still at full health. Ortiz is still quite healthy. They do get the IO, but is it?
Yeah, they can't deal with this Alchemist at all. They even tried to go for some like cute wraparound with Complexity, but there's just no way they can kill him. Like, yeah, there's actually no way now. And this is the timing window for EJ. They've got the AC finished up on Ortiz, they've got a 6-slotted Alchemist. This is where they can just siege the base and close this game out for sure.
Just not keeping up in items. Alpha net worth more than Mirana and Slark combined, to say nothing of their other cores still doing quite well in their own right. That they mow down the melee rack, the range bottom. I mean, game looking quite close to over, Yanni. But heading into game 2, what kind of adjustments do you want to make of your complexity? Is it just the way they laned it? Is it more down to picks? Where do you pin this one?
I mean, this is like Alchemist versus the world, kind of in a way. There's actually they just can't deal with him at all. I mean, they banned the Storm last ban, which is definitely a good ban because they didn't have any lockdown really for him. So you can't really blame them for doing that, but what's worse, right?
And what's worse is Alchemist destroying you with legacy. All the while. I think they're gonna find Swindles here momentarily. Tries for a few seconds to pull him up, but it's a fleeting effort by him, and he will go down. Meanwhile, Monkey's up.
Yeah,
This is pretty much the end.
like Slark, like when you start picking Slark, especially, kind of just these heroes that ramp up in a faster manner.
You can't really blame Complexity for not game planning for the alpha though, because this looks so bad for EG the last like month.
I don't know if that's really like a good reason though to not like. I mean,
I love
it's a last pick Alchemist though.
I love the fact that they're still running it, but like if I'm Complexity, I'm not really expecting EG would want to run out, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where they get you, and I like the fact that EG is being stubborn and not just giving up on it, because it keeps their drafting options open heading into the main event. You know, with the format we have for this event, it feels like this group stage is almost, if not more, about mind games and kind of setting the stage for drafts in that main event. It's at least, if it's not only about that, it's definitely more so about that.
I mean,
format.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a tier 1 team in any manner, you have to be able to like play Alchemist at the manner. I mean, the hero is pretty ridiculous, especially as the last pick. Like you can see how the damage potential that he just does. He's unkillable. He died once when he wasn't online at all, but now he's completely online and Lex is just fighting. Not even just an uphill battle. It's like going up a mountain.
They're trying to scale the wrong side of the mountain. This is just not looking great for them. Sumail clearly don't swing over one side of the map, basically. Just a big bucket of gold for them. This cancel just really trying to bring down crit. Arrow, though, could be tanked by Zai. That is a sign of friendship here. Like this be next. Focus now by Sumail. Mauled by the Spirit Breaker and a little karate chop on the boat head. Kill them off. Then he will get the easy kill. So the tears will flow from him, but EG overall. Pretty solid. Still a full HP Alchemist. Basically unkillable. Gonna long as it can contact back here with combo with that. Nice 2-hero catch. 4, 5, complexity at some point. This is just bad for morale.
Yeah, I think they're probably just like thinking about this game already. Like, yeah, we should probably just ban their 4th Alchemist. Not going to have to deal with something like that. I actually
or maybe run it.
Or maybe even run it.
You can see them run.
I think they definitely right. I can't look at play. He plays in his clubs. His big 3, I think, are like Alchemist, OD, and Mirana. I think those are the ones. But yeah, if you just look at the core pair off from EG in comparison to season, you can kind of like feel that kind of dictated the way the game was going to go, unless he's for snowballed in a way. But
they run Meepo, by the way, complexity. I don't think they.
No, they don't have a Meepo player.
Because that's the one other hero I know a lot of analysts have talked about. Like Meepo's actually a good counter to Al because he's just so fast.
He's faster. Yeah. You get your Aghanims at like 11 minutes. There's no way there's almost no way in Alchemist.
You can steal stacks. You can like take a lot of fights early, but I guess. Well, EG, take it. I never really felt particularly in doubt. Like Complexity had some good fights, Yannis, but like you could see even when EG was down 2 towers, and even before Alp got really bad, they were still up 4-5 big gold. They led all game, and by enough that you can't just say, oh, that's just